The courtroom was still in recess. No judge had ordered anyone removed. Bailiff Curtis Hale created the removal event anyway. At 11:17 that morning, Courtroom 4B remained quiet. The docket screen displayed one word: recess. Judge Raymond Kessler worked behind the chamber's door. Amara Vance sat along the final gallery row. Her nephew, Julian Vance, sat beside her. A traffic citation rested inside his document folder. Neither person spoke. Amara wore a faded gray hoodie. Her phone remained inside the front pocket. Curtis stood near the wooden courtroom gate. He had watched them since security screening. An attorney sat 3 rows ahead. A tablet rested across the attorney's briefcase. Curtis passed that row without stopping. Julian looked toward the hallway clock. "I need the restroom." Amara nodded. Julian carried his folder through the rear doors. Amara remained on the bench. She removed her phone after he left. One message appeared on the locked screen. She opened it. No sound came from the device. A sign beside the courtroom entrance remained visible. "Devices must remain silenced." Curtis left the gate. His boots crossed the center aisle. Deputy Owen Price watched from the clerk station. Court Clerk Evelyn Frost sorted the afternoon docket. Curtis stopped directly before Amara. "Put the phone away." Amara pressed the side button. The screen turned black. She placed the phone beside her on the bench. Curtis did not move. Amara looked toward the silent device. "It is locked." Curtis looked at the hoodie. He looked toward the empty seat beside her. "You are disrupting the gallery." No proceeding was underway. No attorney had addressed the bench. No spectator had complained. Amara kept both hands on her knees. Who reported a disruption? Curtis gave no name. "Stand up." Amara looked toward the docket screen. The word recess remained visible. "Who requested my removal?" Curtis turned toward the clerk terminal. Evelyn looked up from the docket files. No instruction had arrived from Chambers. No removal order appeared in the court log. Curtis opened the security menu. He selected Gallery Removal. A blank field opened beneath the event. Judicial Order Number. Curtis entered nothing. A second field appeared. Observed disruption. He typed phone use. Evelyn looked toward the posted sign. The sign required silent devices. It did not prohibit them during recess. Owen stepped closer to the terminal. A separate control appeared below the event. Request Judge Review. His hand remained beside the keyboard. He did not select it. Curtis returned to the gallery row. "You are leaving now." Amara remained seated. Which judge issued that direction? Curtis stood within 1 step of her knees. He did not answer. Amara lifted one hand from her lap. "Please step back." Her voice remained level. 2 people farther down the gallery raised phones. Curtis reached toward her shoulder. Amara stayed against the bench. His fingers closed around the upper hoodie fabric. The ceiling camera recorded the contact. Curtis pulled forward. Amara rose with the movement. She turned away from the pulling arm. Curtis lost his footing beside the aisle. His shoulder reached the floor first. Amara controlled his wrist during the fall. She kept his hand away from the weapon belt. No strike followed. Curtis remained on the floor. Owen stepped backward from the clerk station. The review control remained unused. 2 deputies entered through the rear doors. Their hands moved toward their equipment. Amara released Curtis. She moved 3 steps away. Both hands rose above her shoulders. "I am unarmed." The deputies surrounded her. Curtis pushed himself upright. Dust marked one sleeve of his uniform. "She attacked me." Amara kept her hands raised. One deputy secured her right wrist. The second cuff closed behind her back. She offered no resistance. Julian returned through the rear doorway. He stopped beside the first gallery row. Judge Kessler opened the chamber's door. He looked across the aisle. Amara stood in handcuffs. Curtis stood near the security terminal. The locked phone remained on the wooden bench. The removal event stayed open behind him. Judicial Order Number remained blank. Judge Raymond Kessler remained beside the chamber's door. He looked first at Amara Vance. He looked next at Curtis Hale. The security terminal remained visible behind them. "Everyone stays where they are." The deputies stopped moving. Amara stood near the center aisle. Her hands remained secured behind her. Curtis held one arm against his uniform. She attacked me without warning. Judge Kessler turned toward Evelyn Frost. What is the courtroom status? Recess. Did I order a removal? No. The courtroom remained silent. Judge Kessler looked toward Amara. Do you need medical attention? No. What do you want preserved? The courtroom video and removal log. Judge Kessler nodded toward Evelyn. Lock both records. Evelyn opened the preservation menu. The docket status froze first. The removal event froze next. A preservation number appeared. Curtis stepped toward the clerk station. I need to complete my report. Evelyn closed his access window. The event is under preservation. Curtis stopped beside the gate. Judge Kessler called court security supervision. Dana Mercer arrived 8 minutes later. She entered without speaking to Curtis. She looked at the open security screen. Judicial order number remained blank. Dana separated Curtis from Owen Price. She directed the 2 responding deputies toward the gallery wall. Amara remained near the aisle. Dana opened the temporary custody review. No arrest number existed. No charge code had been entered. The only active event was gallery removal. Dana looked toward Judge Kessler. Did you authorize this event? I did not. Dana changed Amara's status. Held for review became released. 1 deputy removed the handcuffs. Amara brought her arms forward. She returned neither insult nor accusation. Her phone still rested on the bench. Dana opened the primary courtroom camera. The recording began before recess. An attorney used a tablet near the front. Curtis walked past without stopping. The docket screen changed to recess. Julian Vance left through the rear doors. Amara removed her phone. No audio came from the device. Curtis approached several seconds later. The camera showed Amara locking the screen. It showed her placing the phone down. Dana moved the recording forward. Curtis remained in front of the bench. No one else approached him. No gallery complaint entered the audio. The terminal captured his removal selection. Gallery removal appeared at 11:21. The judge field remained empty. Phone use appeared under observed disruption. Dana paused the recording. Evelyn opened the posted rule file. The current sign appeared on screen. Devices must remain silenced. No rule prohibited silent use during recess. Dana resumed the video. Amara asked who requested her removal. Curtis provided no name. She asked which judge issued the direction. He gave no answer. Owen stood beside the clerk terminal. Our request judge review remained available. He did not select it. The camera then showed Curtis reaching forward. His hand closed around Amara's hoodie. Her body moved with the pull. Curtis reached the floor moments later. Amara held his wrist away from the weapon belt. No punch appeared. No kick followed. She released him when the deputies entered. She stepped backward. Both hands rose into view. Dana stopped the recording. Curtis looked toward the floor. She knew how to take me down. Dana kept the screen paused. That does not identify the removal authority. Curtis did not respond. Dana moved Owen into the clerk conference room. Evelyn remained as the recording witness. Owen sat before a protected statement form. Dana asked about the tablet near the front. Owen said he had seen it. He had not observed Curtis address that attorney. Dana asked about Amara's phone. The screen was locked after the instruction. Did you hear any sound? No. Was there a judicial removal order? No. Dana opened the confirmation field. Subject initiated contact. Owen did not sign it. He selected decline not observed. A supplemental report opened automatically. Owen entered the recess status. He entered the silent phone. He entered the blank judge field. He recorded the unused review control. The final line took longer. He wrote that Curtis made first contact. His signature created a separate timestamp. Evelyn attached the docket history. No chamber message appeared before the removal event. No complaint appeared from an attorney. No witness had requested intervention. Julian provided his departure time. He had left before Curtis approached. He returned after the handcuffs closed. 2 gallery recordings entered preservation. Both matched the ceiling camera. Dana removed Curtis's courtroom credential. His removal access changed immediately. Court authority suspended. Curtis received a temporary reassignment notice. He left Courtroom 4B with another supervisor. Amara provided her full name. A Navy duty office confirmed active service. Her record listed special warfare assignment. Dana marked that information as secondary. The removal decision did not depend on rank. A medical review documented limited force. Curtis had no serious injury. The recording showed Amara stopping immediately. Judge Kessler reopened the courtroom later that afternoon. Julian's citation moved to another judge. Amara sat beside him again. Her phone remained inside the hoodie pocket. Court Administrator Monica Sloan opened the preserved file. She placed 3 records across one screen: court status, recess, judicial order number, blank. First physical contact, Curtis Hale. Court Administrator Monica Sloan opened the preserved file. The review listed one procedural failure: unsupported courtroom removal. The defensive contact remained inside the timeline. It did not become a separate finding. Monica began with the courtroom docket. Courtroom 4B had entered recess. Judge Raymond Kessler remained inside chambers. The clerk log contained no removal instruction. Nobody in the gallery had reported a disturbance. The judicial order field stayed blank. Monica opened the ceiling camera recording. An attorney used a tablet near the front. Curtis Hale passed that row without stopping. Amara Vance checked her phone several minutes later. The device produced no sound. Curtis approached only her bench. Amara locked the screen immediately. She placed the phone beside her. The contact still continued. Monica paused the recording at the security terminal. Curtis selected gallery removal. Phone use appeared beneath the event. Judicial order number contained nothing. Owen Price stood beside the review control. His hand remained away from the keyboard. The recording moved forward. Amara asked who requested her removal. Curtis supplied no name. She asked which judge issued the direction. He did not answer. His hand then closed around her hoodie. Monica stopped the video at that frame. Dana Mercer supplied the custody record. Amara had been released during the initial review. An arrest number had never been assigned. The records office removed the temporary notation. Court access restored appeared that afternoon. A Navy liaison received the corrected record. Her service file received no adverse entry. Julian Vance's citation moved to another courtroom. The new judge reviewed only the traffic matter. The incident involving Amara stayed outside that hearing. Amara submitted a written timeline. It marked the moment she locked the phone. It recorded both questions about authority. It identified Curtis's first physical contact. She requested no specific punishment. Evelyn Frost provided the preserved docket history. The posted rule remained current. Devices must remain silenced. Silent use during recess was not prohibited. Owen attended a separate interview. He had noticed the attorney's tablet. He saw Amara turn off her screen. The judge field remained empty throughout the contact. A review control stayed available beside him. Owen left that control unused. His supplemental report identified Curtis's hand first. The statement carried a separate timestamp. Monica interviewed Curtis 6 days later. The removal screen rested before him. Who requested her removal? Curtis referred to courtroom order. Monica asked for the requesting person. He supplied no name. She asked which judge approved the event. No judge had done so. Curtis described the phone as disruptive. The courtroom audio contained no device sound. No gallery member supported his account. Monica opened the earlier tablet footage. Curtis had ignored that device. She returned to the security record. Why was judge review not requested? Curtis said he considered it unnecessary. The required field still remained blank. His incident report described Amara as the aggressor. The camera showed Curtis making first contact. Monica marked the narrative materially inaccurate. That designation became part of his personnel file. The interview ended after 24 minutes. The finding was sustained. Curtis lost his courtroom assignment immediately. His removal authority remained suspended. The employment hearing occurred 12 days later. Curtis received the complete evidence packet. The courtroom video played without commentary. Evelyn presented the docket record. Owen submitted his signed statement. Judge Kessler confirmed he issued no order. Curtis received time to respond. He still identified no removal authority. The panel upheld Monica's finding. Redwood County ended his employment. His badge entered the property register. His court credential was canceled. System access expired at 3:46. The termination notice cited action outside assigned authority. Curtis filed an administrative appeal. The board reopened the preserved records. No judicial order appeared. No disturbance source appeared. No new witness supported the removal. The materially inaccurate report remained attached. The board denied the appeal. The termination date stayed unchanged. Monica forwarded the completed finding to Graham Keene. The state certification office opened a separate review. Curtis received formal notice. The office examined the same administrative record. His peace officer certification was revoked. The finding entered the statewide hiring database. Another agency could not remove or conceal it. Monica then opened a limited historical audit. The search used 4 conditions. Curtis had created the removal event. The judge field had remained blank. No disturbance source had been named. Physical custody had followed. 6 earlier incidents matched. 2 people still carried court access restrictions. Both restrictions were removed. Written notices went to their last known addresses. 1 contempt referral was withdrawn. An administrative fee was refunded. Events supported by judicial approval remained unchanged. Owen received corrective action. His field review was extended. The notice cited delayed intervention. Evelyn joined the court policy revision team. The new system required a judge number first. A disturbance source had to be identified. Recess status blocked phone-only removal. Clerks received a freeze control. Deputies received request judge review. An empty authority field. Disabled physical removal. Video preservation began before report completion. 1 month later, Courtroom 4 B entered recess. A visitor checked a silenced phone. The bailiff opened the removal menu. Judicial order number remained blank. Remove from gallery turned gray. Evelyn selected Request Judge Review. Judge Kessler issued no removal order. The visitor remained seated. The phone rested, locked on the bench. The next removal order stopped at the empty judge field. This story is fictional.